Stimulus check number one seems like so long ago, but it's done now. Stimulus check number two, also cashed and spent. That's done too. But if you still don't have your stimulus check number three, you could see that check in the mail. So what do you do if you haven't gotten that money yet? Well, today, 2 Wants to Know is taking all kinds of questions just like that about the stimulus, the child tax credit, or unemployment overpayments. Scott Braddock with Scott Braddock Financial and Mark Hensley with the AARP-NC join us to answer those questions. All you got to do, text them to us at 336-379-5775. That number is text only, please do not call. Let's start with this child tax credit. When are we going to start seeing those checks go out, Scott?
So we're going to see those start to go out on July 15th. So we're going to anticipate receiving that child tax credit for 2021 in advance is what's happening here. So if you have children under the age of 18 on December, at the end of this year, December 31st of 2021, then they will qualify. Of course, they could be phased out based on income thresholds, but we should anticipate seeing those as direct deposits. And if there's a balance left over there, you can claim that on your return. And just a little caveat here, if your child is six or under six, then the child credit is $3,600. If they're between 6 and 17, that total payment is $3,000. But we're anticipating that these payments are going to go out on the 15th of every month, starting July 15th. And the average is going to be between $250 per child up to $300 on average there.
Definitely can make a difference for some families out there. Now, Mark, we had someone want to know, what if your child was only 17 for part of the year and not the whole year? Are you going to get that money?
So for this third round of stimulus, the age definition for a dependent was removed. So is any dependent that you carried in 2020 makes that person eligible for a full $1,400. That includes people who carry older adults as dependents, and often those are people lower income who are 65 and older. So the age restriction on dependent eligibility has been removed just for this third round of stimulus, but not for the first two.
Now, speaking of the first two, what happens if you did not get those checks? Is there anything you can do right now, Scott?
Well, the only thing that you can do, as you mentioned in the opening here with that first and second stimulus payment, is if you haven't received it, the only thing left that you can do is complete an amended return and claim it there. So not all hope is lost if you didn't receive one or two, but you do need to make sure that you meet the qualifications. And if you do and you didn't receive it, then I would encourage you to amend your return.
And what if you haven't gotten the third? When should we expect those to all be sent out, Mark?
So the third payments have pretty much all deployed. Where we are now is what they're calling these plus up stimulus payments. So this is where a person's income was higher in 2019, but then it dropped in 2020. So when the IRS finds out that your adjusted gross income makes you eligible, they're now sending out these payments to really catch up and bring people current with their status, so that if their income did fall within those guidelines, now they're sending out either partial or full payments called these plus up stimulus payments. But if you haven't gotten it, first of all, make sure you're eligible based on the income criteria. Again, that's adjusted gross income for a single individual or lower for the full amount. But go to irs.gov and click on Get My Payment and enter the requested information to find out where your stimulus payment is.
Now, it's not just stimulus payments that people are wondering about. Someone texted in, I filed my taxes March 3rd, still haven't gotten my refund. What should I do next? Scott, you want to take that one?
Well, look, you know, there's a number of different things there that could have happened if you were expecting a refund and that hasn't shown up. I think the most common error that I have found is, you know, folks have put on bank accounts listed on their returns that they no longer use. So it could be that refund had been paid out, but it went to an old account. So that's one you know, possibility. But it doesn't hurt to check with the IRS. Go to their website and you can track the return as well.
You know, one year way back in college, I hate to admit it, but I made a typo on my bank account number for that return. It was a huge mess to clear up. So really important to check those bank accounts for sure. We're going to be right back and talk more about tax returns, including those unemployment overpayments. When are you going to get that check? It should be coming out soon. That's next.